everyone, and welcome to episode 292 of the 8-Bit Geek. If this is your first time listening to this show, let me fill you in on what it's like. It's kind of like trying to hold on to a fart, try to hold it in. Let me explain, okay? Sometimes you're sitting there and you decide, hey, I'm going to have that fast food, and maybe it doesn't agree with you, eat some Taco Bell, maybe some McDonald's or something. A couple hours go by, and maybe you're at a movie or on a first date, riding in a train by yourself, or maybe even an elevator. Who knows, But all you do know is it wants to come out. So you try so hard to push it back up into your body, but nope, it's not having it. It's coming. Then it finally comes out. It's loud, smells, people are completely appalled. That's 8-Bit Geek for you. I'm Jeremy. And with me are two men who held in so much gas, they actually farted out of their mouths.
I'll take ownership of that. I'm Kevin. Hey, man.
I'm
the walk, talk the talk, or something.
I'm Doug. I haven't had that happen, but I will say this: before the show tonight, so I took a shower because my schedule's all sorts of weird and fucked up. So I was taking a shower to kind of wake up. And, right in the middle of the shower, I suddenly had to shit, which is just the worst thing, because you're like, I'm in the shower.
And then you're like, I was clean for a second.
Yeah.
I'm going to get dirty again.
God damn it. And it was like like the rumbly stomach. You're like, this is going to be a bad one. God damn it.
So now the real question is, mid-shower, did you shut down the shower, go into the bathroom, do your business, and then get back into the shower?
No, because I was like...
Why?
Yeah, well, I finished my shower.
I feel like I would have done that because it's just like
I thought about it. I thought about it.
Worse than getting out of the shower and then just instantly dirtying your butt.
Yeah, it kind of makes you feel unclean again.
The way you say that, dirty your butt.
Well, that's what you do. Oh man. So have you ever at least burped so badly that it smelled like a fart?
No.
Yes. Is that even one? No, you can. Okay, people have. I've eaten some raunchy fucking things.
Well, yeah, you have. You ass-eating motherfucker.
Yeah. No. There's some stuff. I love garlic. I love Greek food. So tzatziki sauce and everything, man. That shit sticks around. I love onions. I love ass. What you want to hear? Jeremy's dead.
That just got me. Oh, you dirty mouth motherfucker.
Oh, I said you ass-eating motherfucker.
Same thing. Oh my god, that's so great. If you like what you're hearing and you want to hear more, well, we've got 291 episodes in the past that you could go listen to. Right over on Audio Boom. Audio Boom is a great source for all of your audio entertainment. They provide the bandwidth for our show, and you can go check them out. If you don't want to go to Audio Boom, well, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, and so many more places. You can also follow us on social media at the 8-Bit Geek, and of course, every Monday night we record this show live on Twitch. Okay. Now, if you also want to connect with people from the show, but you can't make it to a live show, and you've been like, man, been real lonely lately. What am I missing? Friends? Yep, that's it. Just been hanging out by myself lately. Oh. And you can hop on over to Discord and check us out there on the 8-Bit Geek. You're going to meet some great people over there. So not so great people, Rex.
Jesus.
I was going to volunteer as tribute on that one, but you didn't give me time.
We just have a great community that's built up over there. You can meet people, hang out. We also, with that, we use Discord as our kind of base of community to hang out with the fans and also do some events. And we are planning on doing one. I think we're going to release the info Wednesday, I think, this week, where we're going to do a Secret Santa. And so if you want to be a part of that, make sure you check on the Discord. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to, send some gifts back and forth to people. Should be pretty cool this year. So
those are always fun.
Little Secret Santa. Of course, we have other shows on the network. If you like this one, you may like 8-Bit Saga, Divas Drop Kicks and Dives, and Cranberry Tarts. They're all very fun, very great, entertaining podcasts for you to eat up. And then, of course, over on Patreon is where you can help us pay for some overhead. You know, this show, in order to reach a whole bunch of people and for us to reach our goals, it takes money. And in order for us to get money, we offer you more content as a way to say thank you for your hard-earned dollars. And you can get that with shows like The Diner. We put out a daily show every week. We also put out every week, you're going to get a new page of our 8-Bit Saga comic. You're also going to get pre-show, post-shows, and then, I mean, we even do random stuff. Like Kevin did a photo shoot of him in football gear, and it was spectacular.
Football gear, quote unquote.
Go check it out. You'll see that here.
Yeah. Debbie was already talking last night about like, what are we gonna do next? She's like, what's popular right now? She's like, hockey, what, basketball? And I'm like, well, it's the holidays. And so like, she's on Amazon looking up
turkey suits,
sexy Santa outfits. I'm like, great, that's in my history. I was like, you didn't even do that like incognito mode, so I'm gonna get weird targeted ads.
Please let it happen. I also apologize if you're hearing this on the podcast and you're like, man, Kev sounds weird. I am me for the first time in 6 years. I'm having internet connection issues, people.
Yeah.
And I apologize for it.
And that is so for those that are also in the Twitch stream, if you're hearing some like weird noise, like it's again your audio, Jarrett, is weird. It's
you sound like fucking T-Pain right now.
That's the way you sound. And maybe it's not our connections. Maybe it's maybe Discord is having issues tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
that's the way I sound. I mean, that's the way you guys sound to me.
Yeah, it's not like it's not the auto tune like weird like breaking up. It's just it sounds like every like half second like it drops for a second or whatever. It's really broken up sounding. It's really weird. Yeah. So I don't know what it is.
Strange. So we are having some technical issues this week. We do apologize. So if you're the first time listener, doesn't happen all the time. You know, so it is happening now. Okay, so let's move on. We have misconnections, and guess what? We have to read these off here. The fans with the bit war last week. Here's who won. Floor Salami came in first place. So Kev, you're doing Professor J. Farnsworth.
Yes.
Dr. Merrick won in second place, and he picked mine, which was a pimp named Slickback. And then random hero for Doug, you're doing Donald Trump.
Oh fuck! All right.
So.
God, I didn't prepare at all.
So misconnections. Every week we take real ads from the misconnection section of Craigslist. We read them in funny voices, and those funny voices are picked by our audience on Twitch with whoever wins the bit war, I guess you could say, in the chat. And so we've been doing that for a while. It's become very popular. People really enjoy it. And these ads are completely real. We don't edit them in any way, although we do ad-lib a little bit, but we definitely can't make this stuff up.
Boy sees girl. Boy is interested in girl. Boy awkwardly stares at girl from... Boy never approaches girl. Girl leaves. Boy swears they're meant for one another. Boy turns to Craigslist for help finding girl. 8-Bit Geek steps in. Welcome to Misconnections.
Doug, I don't read ahead.
I haven't.
Just have fun with it, and it's perfect. I picked this because I think it's perfect for the voice that you have to this week.
The problem is, like, I don't think I've ever done a Trump voice, so I don't know. I gotta find it.
All you have to do is this.
Yeah, it's like I almost feel like I gotta talk with my lips out, but like bigly. It's huge. Huge. It's gonna be huge for America. I don't know. I'm an idiot.
You kind of sound like fucking Mr. Mackey from.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Gonna be huge,
fuck.
guy.
Oh fuck. Man, now I said, God damn it. Crush Paradise just came in with an 8-month resub.
Also, Gone Off 7 months. So
Nice.
Thank you, Gone Off and Crush Paradise, both y'all. Oh,
That sounded
so
weird.
extra. You turned into a horse at the end. Awkward.
Fuck. God damn it. The stupid voice. Again, I'm like pursing my lips because I feel like that's just how he talks.
You have to. You have to get into character.
Well, okay, so I gotta close my eyes and talk like this. I don't know. Huge. Huge. It's gonna be huge. Okay. This is to the beautiful girl bleeding in line at the DPS. That's Mackie. That's all it turns into. Just right back to Mackie. I can't. Fuck. God damn it, Donald Trump, you piece of shit.
You say that more than often.
Yeah. Hi. I was in line today at the DPS getting my registration for my car. You know which one I'm talking about. The Car Force One.
God damn it.
It's a very nice car. It's the best car. It's the greatest car in America. It had expired a long time ago, but I was in Europe and I forgot about it. It was in France. I stayed at a really nice Trump hotel in France. It was very nice, very huge. Huge. It was raining, so I didn't go outside.
Oh. Oh, current.
Anyway, you were standing in line in front of me. You were wearing a really nicely fitted American Apparel low-cut Super V short-sleeve T-shirt. Trust me, I know them. My wife, Melina, owns all of them. Her closet is huge. I don't know. I got nothing. I put my hood up because I'm so embarrassed by this. You were also wearing cute ballet slippers. Short cut bobbed hair with a seashell hair clip halfway back your head. I pay a lot of attention to the women I plan on grabbing by their pussies.
Oh!
God, I was not ready for that.
Sorry, the amount of detail in this fucking post is very surprising for Donald Trump. You were also wearing the sexiest yet cutest white skinny jeans I've ever seen. Like the definition of the most indie beautiful queen of all the hipsters.
Donald, you dog.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, I just saw like Crush Paradise came in with all those bits. Holy shit.
Yeah, Crush Paradise came in hard
Yeah,
on the bit.
1,500. All right. Listen, regardless of your status among the gods of cool, I was hypnotized by how you stood, legs together, bent at a slight angle, resting in a frozen motion against your knees.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I was fixated. There's words in here that I know he doesn't know, so this is really hard. I was fixated.
You gotta come up with more
Yeah.
simpler words.
Yeah, but I was staring rudely and fascinated. I noticed that some type of light red was forming towards the bottom of your pants.
Oh,
Duck's
no.
hand went over his face.
Oh no. God. Trump or whatever you
I was very confused because normally when I see stuff coming out of that area, it's yellow onto my face. Anywho's. At first, I thought I was hallucinating. Again, not because of my enraged fascination with you, but then I noticed it was getting darker. The more you moved, the more bigly it spread.
Oh.
And then I thought, maybe this is that incredible European supermodel pose was actually your way of holding in your monthly crime scene.
No.
I don't blame you. I wanted to say something. I wanted to break those chains that bind you. I heard Journey in my mind promise that we were made... What? That we made were in vain. The promises that we made were in vain. Jesus
It's
Christ.
the song Separate Ways by Journey. God damn it. Why do I know this?
I don't know. Someday, love will find you. My kingdom for a tampon.
Oh my god! No!
What I would give given for a blood tea bag of love.
Oh, Come on.
Don't act surprised. It could have saved you the embarrassment of the situation. If I'm Donald Trump, all I would have had to have done is said anything out loud. And no one would have noticed you were there. If you read this, please email me at donaldtrump@whitehouse.gov. I will always have maxi pads for you. I'll steal them from Melina and Tiffany. Because we both know that other bitch daughter of mine, Ivanka, is tied her tubes. I don't know.
I don't know if it cut out or you cut out. It was really weird. You got censored by Name.
Maybe I did. Oh, fuck. I'm on an email list now.
Right, now we're on
Yeah.
the list.
I'll be there for you at all of your hipster bleeding beauty.
Is this still going?
Yeah. This message has been approved by the Office of the President, Donald J. Trump.
All right. I gotta do. No, this is not my character. This is Kevin's character. So I'm sorry if I ruin it, Kev.
Who are you doing?
I'm doing a pimp named Slickback, which I already announced.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Okay, here we go.
Nah, baby. It's me, a pimp named Slickback.
It's so bad.
It's so good.
I mean, like, yeah.
Why don't I have any misconnections? Man for woman, 37. No,
What the fuck?
everywhere I go, I scan my surroundings, and I wonder if someone is secretly plotting a CL, that's a class license misconnection post for me. Slick back. We locked eyes briefly at the CVS as you were picking out those hemorrhoid ointments. You smiled at the slick back so innocently.
Sorry.
If this is you telling me what I was wearing, nothing. Slickback wears nothing. I drive down the interstate and look for all the cars. And then come home and check that CL to see if anyone missed a connection with the sexy blonde guy in the Toyota going towards Reagan National on the Beltway. You eyeballed me and picked your nose. I want you to take me out. Still nothing. Click back sad. I get up there,
Click back?
click back.
Slick back. But whatever. That's fine.
Well, you can click back on slip back.
Horrible.
Mike says, why is Jared doing Jeff Sessions?
I get up every day. I shower. I get dressed and go out. Just so someone can miss a connection and look for me on CL. Don't approach me in public. Slick back, gonna get your pimp back. I wait for you here. Slip back out. Baby.
What the fuck?
And there you go. Now, Kev, you're up.
Well, here we go. I'm doing fucking James T. Farnsworth from that show Family Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
How high are you right now, Kev?
I'm not high at all.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wink.
How many fingers
Wink.
are you holding up?
Wink. I forgot. People at work listen to this. Wink.
No, I'm really fine. I was just making fun of that because I don't really know that old name. But here we go. Good news, everyone. Worst birthday ever. Seriously. Male for women. 26. Old St. Louis. Because they don't go to New St. Louis anymore. Especially East New St. Louis. But I digress. Do you have time for a sad but true story? Here it goes. So today is my birthday. At one point, I was 26. I'm far from that. I live out of town, but dated a woman that lives here in St. Louis up until today. I was incredibly excited to come home to see her because I have not been in town for almost 2 weeks. Best of all, it is my birthday. Let's face it, on your birthday, you expect the freaking world. So the good news, I arrived in town today at 2 p.m. and called her to let her know I was 5 minutes away. She asked me to call her at the time. When I got to her house, I noticed a bunch of cars out front. So I knew almost exactly what to expect. Lots of people, cake, balloons, a party. I gleefully entered the house and see nobody. But I hear some faint sounds coming from the upstairs area. Oh shit. I hope this isn't going where I think it's going. So I work my way up, and as I get closer, I can now tell the sounds are coming from the bedroom. Oh, fuck. Odd. But you know, this is my birthday. Maybe they are doing some strange party up there. I come up to the room, open the door. I cannot believe my eyes. Oh, God, this keeps going. I feel like I went white in the face at this point. There was my girlfriend in the middle of a gangbang with 3 other guys and 1 lobster in our bed. Worst of all, she was moaning and groaning and carrying on like she did this all the time. Flabbergasted.
Because she did.
I guess so. The way she handled him. Flabbergasted. I yelled out her name, asking what was she doing.
Because you.
After several of the longest seconds of my life, she responded, letting you know that we are over. Happy birthday. By this time. Oh.
Yo,
By
bro,
this time,
we done. Happy birthday.
the disbelief turned into sadness, and I was crying. Not little manly tears. I was bawling. I turned around and slammed the door shut. I gathered a few of my things I had there and left. I drove around for hours, thinking about what was going on my birthday. After driving for a while, I ended up at a St. Louis bread company and sulked in the corner booth, trying to force myself to eat something. I decided there's still some time left to try and enjoy my birthday today. So I am here now, writing this posting, hoping someone out there wants to turn my day around and show me what it means to have a birthday. Well, that's fucking terribly sad.
Good news.
Good news. Someone showed up later on, a few years later. Well, conversations.
All right. Well, that was that misconnections.
That was sad.
I can't wait to see what Crush Paradise has for us since by the end of the show. I don't know if anyone's going to beat him.
Yeah, seriously.
But who knew that the Grinch would beat out everybody?
Yeah. I didn't even know it was coming out.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It seems to be that way nowadays. The Grinch came out. It made $66 million at the box office, taking the #1 spot this week. Overlord also came out, debuting with $10 million. So if you ever want to see World War II zombies and you didn't want to play it on Wolfenstein, you can go watch the movie.
I forgot that even came out. Oh boy.
Oh, look at Mo gifting all these subs.
Yeah, to like us too. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Mo. Yeah, we're
Ah.
sub to our own channel.
Does that make us hipsters? No, that would make us assholes. Well, we're a little bit of both, right, Doug?
Yep.
Well, before we get into the news, let's get the sad thing out of the way because I know that everyone wants us to address that.
Yeah.
So, one of the forefathers of geekdom has passed away, and that would be Stan Lee. Stan Lee has passed,
Yeah.
and at the age of 95, and so it's a sad day, but it's also like I don't know. I feel like even though we kind of knew this was coming for some time, I think. He stopped doing his public appearances. We kept hearing about things that, that would come in, passing of people trying to help him with his uh,
Finances.
and taking advantage of them. And, it just, so there's little things here and there. And so, but I think overall we can celebrate his life. We can celebrate his legacy and what he leaves behind, which is something I think that affected us, all of our youths. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of helped mold us a little bit, shape us to the people who we are today. The things that we love influenced us to, with everything. And of course, look at the juggernaut of Marvel films of what he has been able to give us. Like without him, we would not have the modern hero. And if we did, it would look a lot different, possibly than what we have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel.com has a really good write-up on Stan Lee and his passing and stuff. They have a quote at the top of the page, so I want to just read real quick just because it's a beautiful quote from Stan. And it says, "I used to be embarrassed because I was just a comic book writer while other people were building bridges or going on to medical careers. And then I began to realize entertainment is one of the most important things in people's lives. Without it, they might go off the deep end. And I feel that if you're able to entertain, you're doing a good thing." So that's just a quote from him that's on the top of the thing. I just thought it was like a almost inspiring, where it's, if you were doing what you love, like that's a good thing, whether it's entertainment or not. But it's just, I don't know, man. He was just such a good dude, and we got the privilege of seeing him numerous times at various conventions and whatnot. I think one of the coolest experiences I know that I've had was at Alamo City Comic-Con a number of years ago. We went into his giant Q&A panel that he was doing.
Yep.
And it was a fucking hoot. Like, he was so funny and so engaged. And Nick and I were able to go up to the press section, which was right at the foot of the stage, and grab some phenomenal pictures. And I think it was that same convention where I ended up meeting his handler, outside of the convention, who actually got me into right up next to him, essentially, to take photos while he was signing stuff that no one else was able to do. Like, you weren't allowed to take pictures of him while he was signing or whatever, because obviously they wanted you to pay the $150 or $200, whatever it was, for the personal photo with him. So it was really cool that we got the end with that, and were able to get those photos that no one else was getting for that convention. Yeah. And I think all those available, or should be available, on our website still, I believe. Hopefully, I don't know, in our photo galleries if they're still up.
Yeah, back to that panel that he was putting on.
Jared says no.
He just really lit up a room. Like I said, just being in the presence, it was the nerd equivalent of seeing God. Just being able to see him there live.
That's true.
And man, it was, like I said, it was just something I remember to the T. And man, I'm just glad I got to at least be in the same room as him at one point in life. But man, that guy, you said, I don't know what life would have been like without him.
And then I think, Jared, I think you and I went and saw him again a couple of years ago at Dallas Comic-Con. I think you and I went to one of his panels there, because I remember that one being really awkward because he couldn't hear the questions from the speakers because of the room sound, where how the speakers, and I just remember it being a little awkward, but it was still funny, and he was getting to that point where he would answer the question sort of, but really he would just ramble about whatever. But I do remember him talking about he used to be friends with oh shit, what's that guy? Oh my, why did it just leave me? The guy that created Batman and stuff. And
Jim Lee?
No, God no.
Oh, not Jim Lee.
Why did I think Jim Lee? I don't know what I'm fucking
But how they used to go out to dinner and stuff with their wives and stuff, and how he made some fucking joke about, because oh my God, what is his fucking name? It's Bob something. Bob Kane. He made some joke about Bob Kane being dead, which was terrible. You're oh shit. He's just kidding, Bob. No, just kidding. Looking up, and then just kidding, Bob. Looking down, he was in heaven. And oh no, he's not in heaven. I'm looking down at so it was really fucking funny, especially just classic Stan. And I don't know. I'm glad we got to have those experiences. I'm also. We've lost two people from that one year in Alamo City. We lost Scott Wilson earlier this year too.
Yeah.
So, and that was all that one convention. That was such a good fucking convention.
It was. Yeah. Yeah, that was when we were just covering it as photos.
Yeah, it's
and
press. Mhm.
and doing interviews and stuff like that. Yeah.
I just watched Stan Lee in a film 2 days ago, and I was watching the Teen Titans Go movie,
Mhm.
and he has a cameo in that, and it's so funny because he's like walking around, and he goes to the camera, he's jumping around in the background, and he's like, "Yeah, and wait a minute, this isn't a Marvel film." He's like, "I got to get out of here." And,
Yeah, his cameo in the new Spider-Man game too was very touching.
oh, it was so touching.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that they probably have filmed him on a green screen for multiple movies to come. Like, I think we're going to see him in at least a couple more films.
Yeah, I'm sure he's already done his Marvel 4 or Avengers 4 one, and I'm sure he's probably done the next Spider-Man one. Obviously, because they've already wrapped up filming on that, and I'm sure he's probably done, whatever for Captain Marvel, and then, whatever else is in the pipeline, I guess, for the next few years. I'm sure he's already done something because one, like, everyone knew he was getting old, but I know they did a lot of these. They talked about it a while ago that he'd filmed like a number like all at once because they were like, hey, let's do Spider-Man, Thor, and all of this all like the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, all it takes is like they put him in wardrobe, put him in his green screen, and be like, all right, we know where we're going to place him.
Yeah,
and like he says his line, does his thing, and then they can just add him in later.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. So rest in peace, Stan Lee. Thank you so much for all of the wonderful memories and everything that you brought to this world. And I hope that one day I can make somebody as happy as you've made so many people.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the news here, where Disney is launching its own, Netflix rival, and it's going to be a juggernaut. This thing is going to be huge, and the content that they have in the pipeline already that they've announced. But what they did do is, I don't know, they pay like millions of dollars to employees and a marketing team, and this is the best that they could come up with. I think it sucks as a name, but they're going with it. It's called Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Out of everything you could have chosen, it's Disney Plus.
I just want to remind you this is the same team that changed, probably maybe not the same team, but the same people that changed ABC Family to Freeform. So, not really on par with the, it's just not good at naming things.
You know what's better than Disney Plus? How about Disney Play?
Yeah.
Just something as simple as that.
It's like Google Plus. It's like when Google Plus tried to be a thing, where you're just like, eh. This is going to have great content, but eh.
Yeah, well. So one of the things that they're bringing to the network, and this, for me, I love this shit. I have so many, like when I go to Disney, I'll go into the Imagineering section of the park, and like I'll look at all the cells from the films, and they're going to bring an Imagineering TV show. It's a documentary that focuses on all the Imagineering and all the past of Disney and everything. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be great, and I will watch this every week or however if they're going to drop it in whole seasons or whatnot. So I love it.
I have a question because I've only been to Disney World. Is which one came first, Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland.
Disneyland came first? I guess that makes sense because California. Okay.
Yeah,
But that was the smaller one, though, too, right?
Yeah. What they say is that Disneyland can fit in the parking lot of Disney World.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and I can confirm, I've been to both. Disney World is absolutely mind-blowing with how huge every park is. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Another show headed to Disney Plus is a second live-action Star Wars series, and Doug, you're pretty excited about this one, right?
I actually am. I'm don't get me wrong. I'm pretty pumped about Mandalorian also, because the lineup of directors for that alone is phenomenal. But I'm excited. This one is going to follow. Was it Cassian Andor?
Cassian or Cassian?
Cassian. I don't know.
Cassian.
I think it's Cassian. Andor was played by Diego Luna in Rogue One. I'm super fucking pumped because, while we knew these characters were only going to get one movie, especially like him and stuff. Like, I'm excited to see some of the other characters that, you know, maybe not like the Jedi guy, not Jedi, whatever he was. But you know,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm thinking like K2SO. Like
Yes.
after that movie, one of my favorite droids in the entire franchise. Like if you lined up all like the main droids from Star Wars, from BB-8 to R2 to Chopper to Bucket from the Resistance or whatever to K2SO, I'm gonna pick K2SO. Like, he was funny, he was like sassy as shit. Like,
Yeah.
he was such a good character. So I hope they bring him back. One, because I love Alan Tudyk. Anytime Alan Tudyk's in
Yes.
anything, I get super pumped. Like, honestly,
They have to bring him back because that's what it would be a buddy cop movie, right? With those two.
yeah, like, and
Or
if my wife was watching, then I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry, but I might love Alan Tudyk more than I love our own children because I just love him in everything he's in.
Yeah, I don't think I was gonna say I don't think he's been in anything horrible.
Everything from Tucker and Dale versus Evil to Firefly to Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, like, the dude, every time he pops up in something, Knocked Up, like, I just love it. And so him as the voice of this droid was phenomenal. He's also on the Tick. He's the voice of the robot on the Tick. If you guys are watching or watch that,
Yeah, he's that. But did you ever watch Death at a Funeral? Or what was it? Yeah, was it Death at a Funeral?
Maybe.
I think it was something like that, but it was the British version of it, and he was in that, and he was fantastic.
Yeah, and just I want him to come back. And then there's been some rumors flying around of certain things we may see. Like, there's talks that they may bring back Crimson Dawn, which was what Darth Maul was a part of in the Solo stories, since we may not get the Solo franchise movies, you know, now because of all that. But that they may bring that story over to this because it takes place roughly around the same time. And obviously, like, yeah, right. Like, I
want more Darth Maul. I always, ever since I saw him on screen for the first time, I don't even care. They should give him his own freaking series. Like, that is one of the most iconic villains that never got enough screen time. He was killed too soon.
Yeah, and even when they did bring him back, like, he, you know, was in the Clone Wars a lot. He was in Rebels a good portion and stuff. But even then, his story ends in Rebels. But that's the kind of the thing where it's like, well, that's about 9 years or so before, you know, a New Hope, which is kind of where his story ends. So, like, how far back are we going to go with this character and all that stuff? I was watching, you know, all these cowboy movies, and I was watching Open Range, and Diego Luna's in that, like, the guy that plays Cassian. And I'm sitting there going like, man, I recognize this motherfucker. Where do I know this kid from? Because he's like super young, because it was like 2002 or something when that movie came out. And so I was like, man, this kid, where do I know him from? And I looked it up and I was like, motherfucker, like, that's a dude from Rogue One. Like, I'd never, like, I don't think I'd ever, when he was cast in this movie, I didn't know what he was from. Like, I could not have placed him in anything before that.
Yeah.
Because I think he does a lot of, like, Spanish movies and stuff. So, but
hey guys, listen. Did you guys know that the Satanists are they could sue people? I didn't know that this was an actual organization.
Oh yeah, no, it's an organization.
I'm sorry. I guess it's the Church of the Satan.
Satanic Temple.
yeah, the Satanic Temple.
Oh, okay. Well, they're suing Netflix over Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the use of the statue.
Yeah, the Baphomet statue.
Yep.
It's not. Can you sue over that? Like, do they own that statue?
Yes.
Kind of, because
Do they really?
they kind of designed it themselves.
They paid an artist to make that statue, and then they pretty much ripped that statue off for the show. Now the thing is, like, you can use like the artwork and stuff kind of based on it, because there's a lot of different variations. But in the article we're looking at, they show the difference between the real one and the one in the show, and they're pretty fucking identical.
It's uncanny. Yeah.
And so it's the use of the statue, which was again designed, that they paid for specifically. So it, like, I've seen some people that are, you know, oh, you can't sue.
Infringement.
Yeah, like, if it would be like if you designed a cross, a very specific cross design for a church, and then someone else stole that design that you did specifically for that church and used it in something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the cross, it's not the Baphomet that they're suing over. It's the, like, that specific design is pretty ripped off, and that's what it comes down to.
They're suing for 150 million.
Yeah, which is I told you guys this. I love Sabrina. It was in that Baphomet statue in the school. I was like, that's dope as fuck. That thing looks so cool. And I'm not even
like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I'm liking it.
I'm not gonna like my background on my phone is is Baphomet. Like
Look at Jer. Oh,
okay.
he's like, well, that's our show, everyone.
Let's
But it's the thing with like it's not like it's not and also the problem is like the way that it was used in the show and like the way that the how Satan and stuff is represented in the show is not how the church or the Satanic Temple and the Church of Satan like actually approach Satan and stuff. Like they don't believe any of that. They don't like sacrifice children. It's not any of that like Satanistic like hype bullshit that you hear in like the movies or the 80s or the 70s, whenever all that stuff was going on. Like that's not, they're not, it's all about you. Like everything. So that's another thing. They're like, they used it in a way where it's not necessarily reflective of their religion. And then of course also the stealing, like direct stealing of their statue or whatever. So they had some issues with the show. But again, I don't know. It's fucking Sabrina. Like, if this had been on, I think on any other network, if this had been on like CW or some shit, like it was supposed to be, it probably would have been a problem. But they know that it's Netflix, and they're probably like, cool. Let's get that 150 million, please.
Yeah, basically. They'll ask for 150 million. They'll settle for like 10 out of court.
Yeah,
out of court. And yep.
I will say this though, I some of the work that they actually do, I thoroughly enjoy. Like they're the people that like when a local state government says like, hey, we're gonna put the 10 Commandments outside of the courthouse or whatever, that they then like sue them for it, and like, well, if you're gonna put that, then you got to put our statue out there too. Like they're those people. They're the ones that keep the separation of church and state in check and stuff. Or if a school district says, hey, you've got to put up the Lord's Prayer in the classrooms or whatever, then they go, cool, you've also got to put up the satanic like prayer as well. Like they do all this stuff. Like you could say like, well, if you're gonna do that for that religion, you got to treat all of them equally. So put ours in there as well.
Listen, there's something going on with Conan O'Brien, and it's with the Church of Comedy.
Satan, right?
He's trying to reinvent the late night talk show, which I think does need to happen. We've reached a point in our society kind of that a lot of people just watch clips online. YouTube is huge, and Conan is trying to go that way. So he's shortening his show from an hour to 30 minutes, and then he's moving a lot of his skits and a lot of his things online to YouTube. And he's going to have a lot more behind the scenes. You're going to see a lot more traveling with him. He's going to do a lot more gaming stuff, and so he wants to change with the times. And I think that it's very much needed, because as much as late night is fun, I haven't sat down in front of the TV to watch a late night show in years. I usually, if I watch something from one of these shows, it generally is on YouTube. If it's an interview or an excerpt or a skit, that's where I watch it.
They probably realize that too, so that's why they're just trying to get on the train while they can.
Mm-hmm. So I applaud him. I've always loved Conan. Has always been my late night. So I started watching him years back, and I absolutely was shattered a little bit whenever he went off the air and he spent a year traveling around the world. I was like, please let him come back.
Yeah. He was always my favorite too. I told you guys about I was like in a clip of his, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like back when I was working at Guitar Center back in like 2005 or 2006, he was doing a blues set outside of, there was a blues bar called Blues. Yeah, a lot of it. And we were walking by to get lunch, and he was doing just some really funny shit, so we were laughing. And then one of the cameras turned and like filmed us for a second, and they ended up airing it that night. It was one of those like Conan O'Brien in Chicago episodes. And I had and the funny thing is, people who like knew me later in life recognized me because of my sideburns. I used to have like really crazy sideburns.
You don't say.
Yeah, I know, right? I always keep it strange with the facial hair. But I'll try to find it. But it was an episode of Conan back in 2005 or 2006 with Chappelle. Like Dave Chappelle was on there, and it was like his first interview since like leaving the Chappelle Show and all that stuff.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? How is it that you always find your way onto fucking TV shows and
Always. I don't fucking know, dude.
But then you
It happens
never,
a lot.
but you make your way on, but you never pimp the show.
I'm just charming. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, in 2005. Yo, check out my podcast. What the
It's
fuck is a podcast?
it's coming up in 9 years. I'll be there in 9 years. Check it out. Check it
Who's
out.
promoting in advance. Oh.
Pacific Rim is coming to Netflix as a anime, guys.
Yay. Yay.
We care?
What I find most interesting about this whole thing, not just that, I think I'd probably, if it looks good, I may check it out. The movies were fun, right? So why not? But
Yeah.
Altered Carbon, which I don't know if you guys watched that first season on Netflix. Very good show.
I've heard good things. I want to watch it.
A very just mind fucking. It's very good. That also is getting a anime series on Netflix, which, I mean, the first season was great. It was dark. It was again, it was crazy. It's very adult, so don't watch it around your kids or at work or stuff like that. But
Colin and I are 4 episodes in.
then there is literally an episode with a fight scene with a chick fighting a clone of herself, or no, this chick fighting clones of this one person. And when they come out of the clone thing, like, they're naked, so it's just this one chick fighting like 18 naked versions of this one chick, and it's just like full frontal. I mean, because they're straight out of the goo, and it's batshit.
Well, when they came out of the goo, I said, and that's how babies are.
Sir, do what you got to do.
Let's see what else we got. Let's get into some gaming news. Here's a sad thing, is which I'm surprised that they're still around, but
Yeah.
Prima Games is closing down. Strategy guide.
I wish that was Prima.
Is it Prima?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with Prima. Prima Games is shutting down, guys. The
Yeah.
strategy guide. company.
Which, here's my opinion. It's amazing they lasted this long. When,
That's what I
yeah,
think the same.
when websites like IGN and Game Informer and Achievement Hunter and all these other things come out, why does this need to exist anymore? You know what I mean? Like, it becomes so like crowdsourced.
Yeah, I've been going, like, when even back in the day, I used to go to GameFAQs.com and I would get all my walkthroughs there. Now we have YouTube. We have specific, like, gaming sites for trophy hunting or achievement hunting. Like, yeah, I mean, they serve their purpose. The only thing they're going to have is, like, basically day one content, which they should try to find a way to, if they wanted to stay ahead of the market,
They're gone.
make those videos.
I gotta go back a minute in the chat, because Mike goes Anna meh, and people listen. Mike today really ruffled my feathers.
Ruffled my feathers.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on board. I'm with you on this one, Jer.
It seems that he's just anti anything to do other than live action. I don't know if he likes Toy Story movies. I don't know if he likes any kind of animation. He put down the new Pokemon movie because it freaks him out. And
Yeah.
He says, meh, some people are into it. I'm not into it. And then now with this whole anime thing,
Yeah.
Mike, what's going on in your life, man? What made you hate animation so much?
He's racist.
Animation. What made you hate animation? You mean the art of movement?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That Detective Pikachu movie looks dope as shit.
I am really surprised that I liked it, and seeing as I
Sir.
don't really care for Pokemon, but I would see that movie because it looked hilarious.
Fucking Ratty says, "Fuck Mike."
Oh,
I
that
vote,
is a huge
and then
Pokemon.
Ratty says, "I vote to ban Mike." Okay,
Oh,
bye, Mike. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I love that Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It looks phenomenal.
And someone says the only weird thing about it is that Pikachu talking. Well, yeah, but like only that one dude hears him. Like everyone else just hears Pika Pika. Like that's what makes it so fucking funny.
That's how they, like, when we first heard that this was coming out, we were all like, wait a minute, Ryan Reynolds is gonna voice Pikachu? This sounds fucking terrible. But then when you see it and you're just like, oh, they're geniuses. Like,
Yeah.
how good is
and
that?
I wonder because, like, once again, I have no clue about Pokemon lore, but I wonder if they find like their owner or their like their one if they can understand them. I wonder if that's a thing in the Pokemon lore. Is that?
I don't know. I also want to know what this movie's going to be rated, because there's like moments in the trailer and stuff where it's like, this could go either way. Like, this looks almost. It could be. Like, it could be a PG-13 movie. Did it say? I feel like it's going to be PG at most, but like it could be just because of like kind of the. I mean, like the Charizard.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, like Charizard looked like he was in a fighting pit. Like it, and so it had that kind of. And then there was like a part where it looked like they were in a club, and it looked like Jigglypuff was behind like almost like a mob boss behind a corner booth and like a shitty like sleazy bar like somewhere.
Danny DeVito did the video game voice. I want to play this game now.
By the way,
Hey, how you doing? I'm Pikachu.
who's,
It'll be just basically Frank Reynolds.
Well, yeah, there was the Detective Pikachu like video game or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they're referring to. That's
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't know that was Danny DeVito. That's hilarious.
who's buying the Pokemon game?
Me. Yeah.
Isn't that coming out like this Friday?
Yep.
Everything comes out this Friday. All right, we're
Fallout
getting
76 comes out this Wednesday. Yeah.
guys. Finally, we're getting a follow-up to the greatest movie ever made,
Damn it.
Super Mario Brothers. Do you guys remember this? Back in the early days of 8-bit, I went out on a limb and said it was the greatest movie ever made, video game movie ever. I still stand by that. You guys said I was wrong, but you guys are being proven wrong today. Oh wait, this is an animated. Oh, this has nothing to do with.
I was gonna say there's no way because Mario and Koopa are both dead.
We're getting an animated Mario Brothers movie, and it's coming out in 2022. And guess what? Miyamoto is involved, so that means it's probably gonna be right. Awesome. Don't know what we're
Print money. That Koopa picture.
No.
I was not ready for that in the news.
Yeah.
Microsoft is in the news because they are saying, "Hey guys, we're taking this game thing seriously, and we're going to improve the App Store
Finally.
after 6 years of release." So that's a good thing, guys. When it comes to games, they're going to fix it, but everything else, you go fuck yourself.
Basically.
There is a jewelry store that's offering a Nintendo Switch for customers who spend $1,200 or more this holiday season. So you can get yourself a Switch. You know what? Not a bad deal though. You know, you get your wife something nice, you get yourself something nice.
Yeah, because I easily spent $1,200 on my wife's like Christmas present 2 years ago at a jewelry store. So I wish they would have given me a Switch for free.
Before it was even out, it was just some random guy in the back. Hey, yeah, come here.
2
Hey,
years ago? How long has the Switch been out? I guess about a year and a half.
It'll be,
No, maybe it's been 2 years because we gave it away at the last two cons.
yeah, it's the second anniversary coming up. He's just sitting there in a trench coat. Hey, yo, bro. And he opens it up, Switch is just hanging.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
is that?
if you go to Hellsberg Diamonds before December 24th, you can receive a Nintendo Switch for yourself. And you don't have to tell anyone how you got it until your wife asks.
Or IRS comes and audits you?
Or that. Fortnite has surpassed 8.3 million concurrent players, guys.
Concurrent.
Concurrent. Concurrent.
Concurrent.
Concurrent.
Concurrent. Concurrent.
Concurrent.
Concurrent.
Current cons. Anyways,
It's a console council thing all over again.
I concur. Concur.
Fortnite surpasses 8.3 million active players. How about that one?
8.3 million players all playing at the same time.
Fortnite has surpassed 8.3 concurrent players.
Just 8.3 players. There's like a third of a person like just leaning on Fortnite, just leaning on the keyboard.
He died. He's on his deathbed.
Somebody fell asleep with their arm just over it.
So that's a lot of players buying shit.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. 'Cause you know
That's
they
why,
all
that's
have-
why Sony was like, all right, maybe we should rethink the situation.
So that's a lot of people buying those $10 passes every 3 months.
Yeah.
Hey, how much were they charging for those? How much were they charging for those NFL? License.
1,500.
So how much does that come down to? How much does it come out to?
Probably about almost $20.
$20. Okay. So, but you get access to every single team.
That's what it makes you seem. I believe you do. I don't know if they make you choose one, but I think you get access to every team. So that if that's the case, then that's cool.
Oh, that is. Yeah, you definitely do. And then you also get some exclusive like stuff like a hat, and you get some like you get your little.
You could earn like a football float or something like that, like one of the not the raft or whatever, the thing you're floating down with.
But for $20,
Like
you get some pretty good content.
If you're really into NFL and you're into Fortnite, I mean, there you go, hand in hand.
How
You can
about
explore your team?
how about this? How about PUBG charging $25 for a single skin
Yeah, they can
for a movie
GTFO.
that no one cared about? So PUBG came out and they said, "Hey guys, we've got these Suicide Squad skins in PUBG, and for $24.99 you can get Harley Quinn."
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks fucking terrible too. It's not even a great looking Harley Quinn.
Now they put out this PR of
By the way, it is Suicide Squad Harley Quinn for anyone.
Yeah, it is the Suicide Squad versions of these characters, which makes it worse. Because it's like 2 years too late, and also, ugh,
yeah,
why?
look, what a tie-in. I bet you.
PUBG, 2 years too late is their mantra.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then the Joker skin looks absolutely just ridiculous, and he's $20.
Yeah.
So it looks so dumb. And what they gave for PR and what it looks like in reality are two completely different things, and they look really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really bad. So, whew, well, that's the show.
Is it though?
I don't have
Oh,
anything.
we ended on a low note, man. I don't want to end on PUBG.
Do you have another note?
Yeah,
What do you got?
I love you guys.
Oh, love you too, Kev.
Here we go. Doug stays quiet.
Yeah, you know.
You already know. Like that's the thing. Doug has already he's already said I love you to one person this year. He ain't happening it again. He said it to me. Remember when I came back?
1 year. 1 year I'll get his love.
1 year maybe.
It's gonna be an off year. But I'll get it.
It'll be a jump year.
A jump year?
A leap year?
No, it's smaller than a leap. God, I'm dumb.
Oh, I love you guys. So
I mean,
much.
you said it, not us. So I don't want to get angry texts from your wife about us picking on you later.
It's a leap year. So. Jesus. I thought getting this fucking this pacemaker installed would like maybe help the head too.
Yeah, you're keeping your heart beating. Maybe your brain's getting more oxygen. It's just doing better.
I'm on a machine that gives me more oxygen. Nope.
Yeah.
You know what though?
Maybe the damage is just done and I can't recover from it.
Like Janice saying in the chat, you may have started a term here.
Yeah, a jump year.
Jump year.
Jared coining new terms. All right, yep, that's true. All right, that's the show, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I hope you join us next jump year for episode 300. That's when
Sooner than that.
300 is when the jump year starts. Kev. Jump. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
We haven't had a bad outro in a long time.
You gotta say the thing first.
Oh yeah, lots of love, hugs, and all that bullshit.